You cannot look at the overall industry and you cannot look at just the market leaders. You have to look at the market potential. Let's reverse it. I'm saying after people become number one, they look at what is the market potential and accordingly strategize their business. All those players who are there in the industry, who are in the bottom half, say 100 players are there in the industry, here you are from 50 to 100, somewhere you're holding a position. All of them look at what everybody is doing in the industry and plan their strategies. Whatever they do, what everybody is doing, so we will also do that. So that is why when you go into a particular road, all the businessmen in that road, they'll be doing business the same way. Once you go into the top 10, the 2 to 10 who is there in that position, they do everything looking at the number one. They keep focusing on the number one and they keep seeing how they operate and they feel they should emulate the number one. What is important in this entire scenario is the one who is number one, they do not look at how the rest of the industry operates. They don't look at the competition. They look at what is the market potential for their business. In fact, all their strategies come from looking at market potential. Talking about looking at market potential, now how many of you are aware here, Coca-Cola does not look at India as one country. Coca-Cola feels most of the states and some of the cities in India is bigger than some of the countries in the world. So in the entire strategy plan of Coca-Cola, India is seen as 65 countries. Because they are saying having a country head for Nepal and having a country head for Mumbai, the country head for Mumbai has a bigger market than Nepal. So if you come with one model which is country head and you make him take care of entire India, he will not be able to manage. So Coca-Cola in its strategy itself treats Singapore as a country, Malaysia as a country, Sri Lanka as a country, Nepal as a country, Pakistan as a country, Bangladesh as a country, and they treat India as 65 countries. And every head, business head, is challenged with targets which are as big as the target that are given to countries. So that each one of them can... Now, how do you come up with a strategy? Not by looking at your competition, by looking at the market potential. In fact, chances are, for many of you sitting here, you're struck up at the size at which you developed your business because maybe for you it's time to separate Pune itself into multiple zones. When you had started the business 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 14 years ago, probably it made sense seeing Pune as one city. Today, if you create business strategies thinking Pune is one city, I think you are utterly losing out on opportunities. Utterly losing out. And this is not just about any business. Any business. Today you are there in a business of beauty parlor, I would say every 5 kilometers has a market for you. Every 5 kilometers. Today you are there in the business of fitness studio, every 5 kilometers has an opportunity for you. Today you are there in the business of flat promotions, every pin code has the potential for an independent business development manager. Every pin code within the city. Your strategy for execution right now has to be in a single project. You can make the turnover you would have been satisfied with as an organization, which means today the number of second layer, third layer, fourth layer leadership that you require in the organization, each one of them handling individual P&L responsibilities, each one of them. I don't think most of you sitting here can afford to continue to do a business with only one P&L. It will be one consolidated P&L. But right now you might have to create a sales head for this particular locality, and he has to have a P&L responsibility. That product, you're dealing with multiple products. This product itself has so much potential. For this product, it has to be an individual P&L responsibility. Maybe your business itself right now has to be bifurcated into different verticals. Each of this vertical needs a business head. Each of this business head should have independent P&L responsibilities. And suddenly you will find, because each one of them are individually challenged. Right now, the way most of you are operating, what will happen is, the profits of a few products and few divisions must be covering up for the loss that you are making in few other products and few other divisions, and it's not hurting you. Because it's not hurting you, maybe you should even take a decision. Maybe that product is not worth it. Probably you should close it down. It has no future. In fact, the energy that one particular product or one particular division or one particular market or one particular city is consuming from you is not worth it. In fact, if you take those resources and concentrate on some other product, some other market, you will see a lot more profit. And if you are not going to have individual P&Ls, this is never going to reflect. But if this thinking has to come, then you cannot look at the overall industry and you cannot look at just the market leaders. You have to look at the market potential. Let's reverse it. I'm saying after people become number one, they look at what is the market potential and accordingly strategize their business. I'm saying let's reverse it. Look at the market potential and start strategizing so that one day you can become the number one. If Coke can see India as 65 countries, I think you should be able to see Pune as at least 2 different markets or 4 different markets. Probably create competition within the organization by having 4 sales managers or 4 business heads, and create a context by which each one of them outperform, eventually lifting the overall performance of the entire organization. You have to change the way you think.